Hi guys, Andrea Mills here. So it's been a few days since I checked in with you guys, and I'm sure some of you are starting to get concerned by now, so I just wanted to take a few minutes and say we are still waiting for baby Hannah. She is just tucked in there, happy as a little clam apparently. I'm getting close to 42 weeks now, and this is officially my longest pregnancy that I've ever had. I feel great. She seems like she feels great. She's kicking up a storm still. Her heartbeat's doing fine and everything. Like around midnight, she gets really crazy active and feels like she's just gonna crawl right out of there. But we both feel good, and like I could just keep going for a while. So we're just gonna be patient and keep waiting. I haven't been on YouTube or Facebook because while emotionally I'm doing fine, there's just that little piece of me that I feel like could be influenced, and so I just feel like it's probably safer if I just stay away and don't like answer questions and have people you know, there's always those few that get a little freaked out and concerned, and so I don't want to have that influence me. I was so regretful with Claudia that that I caved in, and so I don't want that to happen this time. So I'm just gonna I won't be answering any questions on this video either. I'm gonna post this so that you guys know that we're still waiting and everything's fine, but I won't be answering questions or comments until after baby Hannah is born. So hopefully soon. Every day we think maybe today's gonna be the day. Mr. Solomon is so cute. Last night he was in here in my room. I could hear him praying and asking God to make baby Hannah come out, and the other kids are just so like every day, when is she gonna come? And we're feeling the same way. Tom's like, this is so suspenseful because he's trying to keep his schedule as free as possible so that if he needs to come home, he will not have to call a whole bunch of people and cancel appointments and things. But you know, we've been in this situation for a couple of weeks now, so it's like it'll be nice when we get a little bit back to normal after she is born. I've been thinking about the whole thing, and you know, I think, well, what if my dates were just off? Maybe that's why she hasn't come yet. But I had a positive test a week before my period was due, which means that I can't be off, because if I was like that would make me a week further along than I think that I am. On the other hand, when we had the ultrasound, she was measuring a week further behind than what my dates were. So if that's the case, maybe she's just taken longer to mature than other babies have in the past. Although this is my 6th pregnancy in a row to go late, so this is pretty normal for me. This is the longest, but I've been late for 6 out of 9 babies now. So but today I was reading about 2 moms that had one was 42.5 weeks and one was 43.5 weeks before they had their babies, and they were both in the low 7 pounds when they were born. And so it just said to me again that I don't know, maybe sometimes they just need a little bit longer than normal. And in fact, that's one of the leading causes of prematurity, is inducing labor, because no matter what the dates are, if the baby's not ready, the baby's not ready. And I feel like if they're ready, they will let us know that they're ready. And of course, you know, because not everyone, a few people are concerned. I've been arming myself with information, and I learned that the only randomized study that they've ever done on post-term babies show that there wasn't actually any increased risk of stillbirth with post-term babies. There's been other studies that have shown it, but even then, the risk is so tiny that, I mean, it's like a 0.25% difference between a full-term and a post-term baby as far as stillbirth goes. It just doesn't, to me, justify the very real risks of an induction or a cesarean, especially an induction on someone like me who's had a lot of babies. So I just think the most prudent thing to do is just let her take her time and let her come out when she's good and ready to. And for those of you who may be wondering, we're not actually considered post-term yet, because a full-term pregnancy is anywhere from 37 to 42 weeks, and some women can go clear to 44, or even I've heard of 48 weeks before. So you know, we've got a long ways that we could go. I wish I wish that she was here. I'm just so excited. And today's our shopping day and our date night. And I did not imagine that I would be going today without a baby in my arms. But I know I can't do a full shopping trip. I'm not up for that much walking. So I did go ahead and order a bunch of stuff online today. But it's our clothes shopping month this month. And since we've been doing it on our date night, I'm not going to let Eden go with us. But I did have a good long conversation with her about what she would like and everything. So the bulk of what we're going to be shopping for tonight is clothing related. And that's not stuff that's like imperative that we get. So if I get worn out, I can just quit and we can go again another day. But that has been, for me, one of the hardest things is that I don't want to start any projects. I usually am a person who always has stuff going and very busy, and I don't want to start anything until after the baby comes. So I just like every day I'm like, what am I going to do today? Yesterday I did go see my grandma and took care of some business that I need to attend to, and today we did our clothing inventory and went through all that stuff. So I was really happy this morning when I woke up and I'm like, well, at least I got something to do to fill my time that is not a big project, but just waiting and waiting and waiting. The thing is that with Claudia, I knew, both Tom and I knew in our hearts everything was fine, and yet we caved to the pressure, and that's where I don't want to be this time. And the whole thing in life is learning to live by faith. And the still small voice has been telling me this whole time, even before we were getting long here, is that everything's going to be fine and I don't need to worry. I just have had such peace this pregnancy. So has Tom. And I don't want to rush anything. I don't want to try to control things. And it's such a temptation to try to take matters into your own hands or to let someone else try to manage and control everything. And I don't want to be that way. I want to just trust that God is in control. Whatever the outcome is His will. And everything happens for a purpose. So maybe something that happens is going to help some of you. Or maybe it's just for my own self of just that reminder that I just need to be patient and wait on God. And know that everything happens in His time. And little Miss Hannah is going to come when she is ready. And when she's ripe. I was thinking about that because I did a second seed order for our garden today, and I was just thinking how all the garden seeds tell you their due date. You plant this, and 45 days later you should have spinach, or 90 days later you should have a tomato. And I thought to myself, as a gardener, I think I've had a garden for 15 years now, that nothing is always ripe at exactly the same time. Nothing ripens on the same day. Nothing is ready at the same time. Depending on the conditions, stuff might start to mature way faster. Some stuff takes a lot longer than you expect it to. So why would I think that a baby should be any different and should come right on a due date, or even not have, there's a lot of variety, and she's going to ripen when she ripens, and she's going to be ready when she's ready. And if she was ready, she would let us know by signaling labor. So I'm just going to be patient. And I appreciate you all being patient with us. And I appreciate how many of you are praying for us. And this stack of gifts here behind me continues to grow. Almost every day I get another card or another package from someone. And I'm really excited to have our baby shower with all of you. And I'm planning just to do a live video, I think, when we do that. And I'll do it at a different time of the day when we normally do live videos, so that maybe some of you in other countries might be able to join us a little bit easier. But that way you can all visit back and forth while we do the opening of all the gifts. And yes, and within 24 hours of her birth, we will let you all know that she has arrived. If she doesn't arrive the next couple of days, I'll be having my shopping video coming out next. And probably another homeschool video coming out after that, unless she arrives. And then hopefully, we'll be having a welcome baby Hannah video coming out. So anyways, I just want to take a few minutes and tell you all that stuff and check in with you and let you know that we're all a-okay here, just plodding along. And we will be introducing you to a baby girl pretty soon. So I'll talk to you guys again, hopefully really soon.